Being a resolved woman means to me being fully and completely resolved with me. And that just really simple means as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, as a professional, and as a PhD student trying to get this PhD. Fully resolved in, who I am and my definition of Cynthia, not anyone else's. There are a tremendous amount of situations in my life that has brought me to this place of being resolved in me. And we often think like I'm resolved in one area or this area. What does being resolved in self means with self-care? But for me, that's setting boundaries, right? Because I'm such a helper, such a want to make everybody's life easier, that I often make my life harder because it was hard for me to say no. So setting boundaries is my self-care, to be able to say no to someone. I'm not picking up your call right now. I'm not answering your text right now. Everything is on a time schedule because my time is truly valuable, and I want to be able to give you enough time when it is your time. So that is self-care for me, is being resolved in the fact that I have boundaries and I set them for myself and I set them for others, and you either work with them, you keep rolling. The area of self-care that I think I need to be more resolved in, and I don't know necessarily if there's an area, because recognizing that everybody's self-care is different, right? I colored my hair today and my nails are green, and for some people that would be, oh no, right? You're coming to record something, and for me that's not self-care. Going and getting my nails done isn't self-care. For me, self-care is being in the shower, and that is like, oh, we do that for hygiene. Why is that self-care? Because it's such a spiritual and therapeutic process for me. And so even though I am fully resolved in myself and the self-care that I do, it doesn't mean that there isn't time of doubt, right? Because I think of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, right? Jesus was born knowing that he was going to die. He came to this earth for one specific reason. And Mary's like, Jesus, why did you get lost? And Jesus like, I wasn't lost. I'm about my Father's business. As a child and as an adult now, when it's time for him to die, knowing all these 30 odd years that this day is coming, he went into that garden, asked his disciples, stay up with me, watch while I pray. And he said to God, if it's possible to take this away from me, still knowing with himself, I am going to do this. And so when I say I'm fully resolved in myself and I'm fully resolved in the things that I do for self-care, it's a lonely place sometimes, right? When we know who we are and we go against the grain of what everybody thinks we should do. Why does she have that boundary? Why can't she answer the phone? I know she's awake. I see her on social media. Well, because I am posting something for my nonprofit. I'm posting something for my private practice. It is not time for a personal conversation. And like Jesus, and I am not like Jesus, but he's the example for all of us to follow, that even though I'm very secure in the place that I am, it can be lonely. Not that I'm alone, because his disciples were there with him. And each and every time he had to be like, wake up, right? And so knowing, even when being fully resolved, that you're going to be in a place of, I'm not sure, it's okay. And so I think I know who I am. I think I know the things that I need to do for self-care, and I do them regardless of what anybody else thinks or feel. And I think that's what makes me Cynthia. That's what makes me a woman who can encourage other people to practice good self-care, because lonely or not, here is what I'm doing. I am a resolved woman.